Hey, what's up YouTube? King James here. The LMGs have not been getting a lot of love lately, so I decided I'm going to pull out the three most popular LMGs in the game, the Stoner 63, the Bruen, and the PKM, and try each one out for a night and see how I like them. So I did that, and I've got the results for you that I think you need to check out. So if I look at the summary stats on all three weapons together, you can see the PKM and the Bruen, they're not too far apart. It looks like the PKM has a little bit more chest where the Bruen's all low, but the Stoner has a little bit higher stats. So on head, it's 51 instead of 46, and 37 in the chest instead of 34 and 31, and then 34 to the extremities. Now, not much, and to be honest, the difference between all of these might be one bullet. And when you're shooting on with the gun, when they have an RPM of around 720, that's a pretty fast time to kill. Now, if we look at the time to kill chart on all of them, now keep in mind the Stoner hasn't been tested yet, so there's no attachments here, but it's all pretty well the same. Both the Stoner and the PKM have a lower damage up close and then a bit of a drop off around the 40 or 50 meter mark, where the Bruen is just one all the way just because of the nerf, so it's only got one damage. But to be honest, I was using a Bullfrog or a Mac 10 in the first, say, 20 or 30 meters, and then after that, they all are pretty close together for their actual time to kill. So the difference on paper really isn't that much, but there are subtle differences when you're actually playing with the guns. So let me show you some gameplay on each one of the guns. So that'll help make a little bit more sense when you see the differences between them when you're actually using them. Just before I jump into the first LMG, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's recently subbed to the channel and is here watching my videos. The growth on the channel has been amazing in the last little while, so thank you guys. And if you haven't subbed to the channel, consider subscribing because it really does help small content creators like myself. All right, let me show you the Bruen and then the PKM, and then the Stoner. So here's the gameplay for the Bruen. And one thing I did try was I tried the gun out close and at far, and I tried both the 60 round mag and using just the regular mag, like so no mag, and the commando and the tac laser together. And I found that with the 60 round mag, it still has quite a bit of recoil, and that's the nerf that they did on the gun. They've never fixed that. But with the tac laser and the commando foregrip, both of them, this is what's going on right here. The thing becomes an absolute laser, and it hits really hard. I actually really enjoyed using it at close and far. And a couple of those earlier clips there, you saw I was shooting guys super close with it, where I probably should have been using my Mac. It still worked. You can see right here, these guys are super far away, and I'm having no problem getting these guys down. Here's a little bit more. These guys are really, not really far away, but sort of far away, but super smooth to shoot, and no problem getting them down. The gun now with those two attachments and no mag is a laser beam, but it's got a slow reload. Alright, so here's a little footage from the PKM, and these guys are sort of rushing us, and I ended up wiping that whole team there with it. And then this guy here sort of looped around behind me, and I got him, and he got me, but we ended up trading there. And then I looped back around on these guys, and watch this thing is a laser beam, man. Look at this poor guy right here. And then this guy here, he ducked down just in time. Smoked him, and then his buddy peeked his head up here again. Boom, down him. This thing is so strong that I found I could use it at almost any range. It was really good. And then I ran in with the Mac 10, finished off the last guy, wiped the team with it. The PKM, man, it is really strong. It's good at almost every range, and it's a laser beam. It's really good. I really enjoyed using it. And last but certainly not least is the Stoner. So one thing I really do like about the Stoner is the axial arms optic. Look at how big it is. It's so easy to use and it's clear. I find it's actually pretty good. But the one thing about the Cold War optics is they really shake a lot and you don't get recoil control from them like you do with the Modern Warfare guns. But I do really find that that gun really works well. Look at that guy is falling out of the air and no problem getting him. You know, these guys here trying to hide, and man, you can't hide from that gun. It just shoots so many bullets and it hits so hard that you can't run from the Stoner or any LMG really. You know, this guy here trying to run away, you just got so much ammo and it hits so hard that if you get guys in your sights, pretty sure they're going to be toast, man. Like, I had no problem. I think I had 5 or 6 kills. I don't think I used any other gun in this game other than just the Stoner, and we ended up winning right here. It's a really good gun as well. Alright, so where does that leave us? Well, I pretty well just said every one of the guns was really good. And they are, but there's subtle differences between them, so let me explain. So the PKM is a modern warfare gun. So you've got the VLK optic, which is smaller, and the reload speed on it is like 9 seconds. It's super slow. So if you get caught reloading, you're either going to miss kills or get caught where you have to like stop reloading and switch to your SMG in order to get somebody down. That slow reload is the only killer on it. Otherwise, it's an absolute laser beam. The only thing I don't really like now is the small optic on the VLK compared to the axial arms. But it is a laser beam, and if you can get used to using the smaller optic and the slow reload, this thing's amazing. The Stoner, the thing I really like about the Stoner is that big optic on the axial arms. Now these guns, the optics don't give you any kind of recoil control like they do on the modern warfare guns. So I find that the Cold War LMGs like the Stoner really has a lot more recoil than the PKM or the Bruen. But you got a bigger optic and the gun hits a lot harder. I think I was getting guys down probably 1 or 2 bullets faster with this gun than any of the others. I noticed that it hit harder when I used it, but it's a bit more of a hairy beast to use. So there are some trade-offs to how strong it is for how unruly it is. And the Stoner also has a really slow reload with the 120 round. So that leaves the last gun, the Bruen. And I tried the Bruen in 2 different ways. So I tried it in this way, which has a slower reload because you got the 100 round mag, but it's about a 5.5 second reload, which is about 2.5 or 3 seconds faster than the other 2 guns, which is nice. But when you use the 60 round mag, it's even faster. It's like an AR type reload. But the 60 round mag, they nerfed that a long time ago, and it's got a ton of recoil on it. So I actually found, despite the slower reload, I liked it this way better with the TAC laser and the Commando foregrip. If you're going to run the 60 round mag, you can get rid of the TAC laser or the Commando and run the 60 round. I'd probably keep the TAC laser, get rid of the Commando, and run the 60 round mag if you really want to run that. But try it this way instead. I think that it's probably the smoothest and the easiest to use with no mag and those 2 attachments because they give a ton of recoil control that makes all the difference in the world. It makes it pretty well as smooth as the PKM with a slightly faster reload speed. So bottom line, I think I like the Bruen the best with using the 100 round mag and the Commando foregrip and the TAC laser. I find it just worked the best at almost every range, and maybe it was just because I was more comfortable with it because we all used it for so long. I found the pullout for the PKM was really slow. When I was swapping weapons between the MAC-10 and the PKM, it was super slow. I think the Bruen was quite a bit faster, and the Stoner, it had just too much recoil for me. I love the big optic, and if you get it on guys and shoot them, it hits super hard. But I sometimes find that all of the recoil that it had was just a little bit annoying. So considering how good the PKM and the Bruen is and how stable they are, I think they're better LMGs than the Stoner. So I'd probably rate it as the Bruen first, and then the PKM, and then the Stoner. But to be honest, they were all so close that they're all worth trying. So give them all a shot. So I hope that was helpful, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section down below. A lot of this is subjective, and it's just how what you feel and what you really like to use. So give me your thoughts on the comment section down below. Let me know which one you like the best, and maybe you have a different loadout than how I built them. I mean, there's lots of different ways to build these guns, and they're still super effective. So if you have something that's really working for you, hit me up in the comment section down below and let me know. And as always, guys, if you don't see me in Warzone, if you don't see me in multiplayer, it's only a matter of time, baby. King James out. I downed him on the water tower.
Heading this way.
Guys, let's early rotate. Right here.
Target down. There's an enemy team hunting you.
Knocked one. Downed him. I got him.
Throw a nade. You've got gas inbound. Please don't relocate.
Downed him.
Made it through and took the win. Well done.
There it is, baby. Woo, yeah.